Modern architecture combines functionality and aesthetics. Open room concepts with intensive use of daylight have increasingly shifted the focus of modern building planning. Glass-covered and spacious atriums advance from a mere design element to a central design theme for architects. But how can necessary fire protection measures be implemented for such concepts? The spread of fire and smoke in case of fire over all floors has to be avoided effectively, where several floors are combined by large ceiling openings. Different approaches come therefore into consideration. The simplest way would be to close the openings with a continuous ceiling construction. It is surely an arguable approach from the fire protection point of view, but creatively no option, as in this case all advantages of the atrium construction get lost. Another possibility could be the use of a spacious sprinkler technique. In practice, this is often not the appropriate solution. Besides the complex installation of a fail-safe water supply, the timely release of the upper sprinkler heads is very critical. In case of a central source of fire, the release only occurs when necessary high temperatures prevail in the area of the ceiling, and thus the smoke spreads already in the atrium. In addition, there is a risk of damage caused by water in case of false release, or a defect of the sprinkler system. Another solution could be horizontal closing fire protection roller shutters that are frequently used for escalators. For larger ceiling openings, several shutters must be installed per floor, as the system width is limited. The massive constructional division of the opening, as well as the extreme static load, and the enormous space requirement for the casing are not advantageous. Fire protection glass would be another possibility to close horizontal openings. The opening to be closed must first be segmented into several sub-areas, as the dimensions of the single fire protection glass elements are limited. This makes an additional and also fire protective supporting structure necessary. The result is a lowered transparency, a larger static load, and higher costs. Another field of application of fire protection glass would be the vertical compartment of the lateral adjacent area. Also here, a constructional segmentation of the glass surface with fire protective supporting structures is necessary. With vertical compartment, the lateral heat effect on the glazing and on the area behind has to be observed, different from the direct closing of the ceiling opening. Higher insulating properties are required for these glass elements, as in this case, the necessary escape and rescue routes are passing. This means a use of multi-layer, thicker glass, which causes a higher weight and higher costs. The installation of a textile fire protection closure is an alternative to the lateral compartment with fire protection glass. Due to their low weight and the small casing dimensions, these systems can be mounted nearly invisibly under the ceiling or in false ceilings. But the textile closures must also resist elevated temperature effects. But it can lead to restrictions in the escape route area, despite the use of special fabric with high radiation resistance. An advantage over a fixed glazing is that the fabric surfaces are rolled up in the casing in the standby position. In case of an alarm, the closures seal the opening, and so they offer, in their standby position, an unrestricted use of the room concept. The closing of the ceiling opening is more efficient with a textile system. The Fibershield HC is the latest generation of horizontal fire protection closures from Stoebich. The system with pending patent combines safety, creative freedom, and efficiency on the implementation of open room concepts over several floors. The system can be installed directly in the embrasure or under the ceiling. These little dimensions allow also a nearly invisible installation in the false ceiling. The building structure is only slightly statically loaded due to the use of extreme light materials. The compact design of the system is another advantage. Instead of two structural, only one extendable casing is needed. The rolled-up fabric is stored inside so that it is invisible to the viewer. The casing opens in case of an alarm and closes the sealing opening. The fact that large openings can be done without necessary supporting cables is a novelty. These avoided a sag of the fabric surface downwards, respectively a bulge upwards in the case of fire, and now these are superfluous due to special struts integrated in the fabric. The Fibershield HC reaches the fire resistances E120, integrity over 2 hours, as well as EW60, integrity with reduced heat transmission over 60 minutes that are classified according to EN 13501 Part 2. The Fibershield HC by Stoebich, hidden fire protection for open room concepts. Stoebich, innovations for your protection.